Hi guys, welcome to Being Creative. This is Akshara and today I will be showing you the beginner's guide to faux calligraphy. If you've seen what calligraphy looks like with a brush pen, faux calligraphy is just that but with a monoline pen instead. It's way easier. This is why I feel that faux calligraphy is the easiest to learn for beginners. I started with faux calligraphy and then built up from there. So today I will be giving you some tips and tricks that you can use in your calligraphy. The pens I'm going to be using are the Tombow Dual Brush pens. I won't be using the brush tip, but the fine liner one at the other end. Another pen that you may see being used quite often are the Tombow Twin Tone pens. I will also be using this Pigma Micron pen. The monoline tip is very good for faux calligraphy. So here are some basic strokes for faux calligraphy. These can be used to form your letters. The strokes here make up my entire alphabet, but these can vary slightly between people. It's best to practice these strokes as once you master them, the lettering part becomes very easy. So here I am going to show you my faux calligraphy alphabet. Notice that I am picking up my pen and then adding another stroke for each and every letter. I feel the best way to perfect your calligraphy is to copy someone else's alphabet at first, and then slowly change things to how you like it. So here I am going to show you how I form every letter. It is important to make sure you break up every letter into strokes. I'll get into that more later. But for now, try to practice writing the letters out. It's these little details that really matter. I want you to notice that I form my letters before going back and drawing the line on each and every downstroke. I feel that it is easier to write your words and then go back. It's similar to making a blueprint and then going back to finish the finer details. After the alphabet, the first step you want to do is to write out the letters. Notice that I am picking up my pen on every single letter. It gives you a nice break between the strokes. The second step is to add lines on each downstroke. Make sure you only add these lines when your pen goes down. If you aren't sure, try going back a few times with your pen and feel it going down on the paper. Step 3 is to just color in the space between the lines. Make sure you color it in nicely and don't go outside the lines. Step 4 is to go back and fix anything you may have missed. I cannot stress enough how important it is that you only make the lines on the downstrokes, as this is the major fundamental of calligraphy. Also, be sure to make your lines nice and even and try to make them on one side, as I have done here. It is important that you maintain the thickness of your lines throughout your whole word, but it is your choice about how thin or thick you want to make your lines. Thin lines look better on smaller font, while thicker ones can look better on bigger words. You can see that I've made the lines significantly thicker and the look is quite different. I know what you're thinking. Do we really have to go that fast in calligraphy? To be honest, calligraphy is a really slow process. That's because you have to make sure every stroke is right. That's why picking up your pen between strokes is really important. So here's me doing calligraphy in real time. As you can see, I go really slowly, making sure everything is just right. Going slower gives you more control over your strokes and your final work looks better. You can see me going back on the word, drawing each line. It is really important that you maintain the same thickness of the line throughout your word. Also, make sure you draw the line on the same side of every single letter. You can draw it on the left or the right, but I just prefer to draw it on the right because there's just less crowding that way. Following the steps, you can see me coloring in the word. It is really important that you only color within the lines, because any mark outside would mean that you'd have to thicken the line, and then that wouldn't look as good because all the words would have uneven thickness. So make sure you are very careful when coloring. I just wanted to bring something up where most beginners get confused. It's really important to know that calligraphy is not the same thing as cursive. Most people think that they can just write the cursive word and then add thickness on the downstrokes. However, it doesn't work that well. By not picking up your pens, your stroke can become rushed. Also, your downstrokes just don't look as even. In calligraphy, your letters just look different and you pick up the pens. Also, your downstrokes look more even and you're not as rushed. I just wanted to give you a preview of actual brush pen calligraphy. The brush pen I'm using is called the Tombow Fudenovsky Soft Tip Brush Pen. As you can see, I'm still picking up my pen and going slow like faux calligraphy. And now I wanted to give you a little comparison of faux calligraphy. If you do it right, the two should be almost comparable. As you can see, the word is beginning to form. You have to be really careful to shade in completely, as this gives the real brush pen effect to your faux calligraphy. While there still might be a few differences, you will notice that the better you get, the more your fake calligraphy will look like real calligraphy. Then you can try out real calligraphy with brush pens. So that's all I'm going to leave you with today. Make sure you follow those steps and take your time on your calligraphy. Make sure it's the way you want it. Start writing random words in calligraphy and work on your alphabet. With practice, you'll definitely get better. Also, I wanted to show you what the other side of the pen, the brush tip. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe to avoid missing out on other videos. Thanks for watching.